It's Wrestling.
Thank you very much to our MC, Stephen Barker. I am your voice of Rumble Wrestling TV, Aeron Nix, your referee, Mr. Matt Wilson, for this one-on-one contest. Terry Isit, a relative newcomer to Rumble Wrestling, takes on a man who is on fire. A very young man, as to be said, but I'll tell you what, 2023 currently feels like the year of Zander Bryant, the middle of the Bryant brothers, the fabulous trio of Bryant brothers, and of course his older brother Nino Bryant defending that Mount Mason Lightweight Championship later on this afternoon against the magnificent Jumping Joe Lando. But that's later. We're talking about the now, Mr. Uptown Funk himself, Zander Bryant, is going to have his hands full with Terry Isit, who apparently has his hands full right now with our audience here in Ditton. Referee Matt Wilson is going to do well to keep these two young men in the ring. Terry Isit, a massive, massive ego on this young man, and to be honest, who can blame him? He does have an astonishing amount of experience and charisma when it comes to professional wrestling, and he's going to need every bit of that to stop the incredible momentum of Zander Bryant, who frankly this year has been on absolute fire. And of course, if you've been watching Rumble Wrestling TV on our YouTube channel, you'll know, and look at that, Terry Isit, another man who's always aware, just like a cam where the cameras are. And Zander Bryant's not going to be taking any of that nonsense. This young man has matured so rapidly over the last year. A beautiful arm drag takedown on Terry Isit. Zander Bryant already picking up magnificent wins, and of course capturing an astonishing win, knocking off Tate Mayfair's his own brother and Sid Manelli in an incredible fatal four-way match. Sweeping the legs out, beautiful drop kick just flattens Terry Isit. Zander Bryant not getting paid by the hour here, springboarding from the outside in, and a beautiful moonsault off the second rope, hooks both the legs. Just a 2 count. Zander Bryant, every time we see this young man, just improving leaps and bounds, and that's why he is currently, look at that beautiful suplex on Terry Isit. That's why we're talking about Zander Bryant as the breakout star of Rumble Wrestling so far this year. For a long time it could be said that Zander was in the shadow of his older brother, but no more. He's making a name for himself, and look at that athleticism. He was up in the rafters, beautiful basement dropkick, knotting up the hamstring of Terry Isit, and now coming off the ropes, looking to come in with that flying kick. Oh, look out, caught with the super kick, and Terry Isit just flattens him. That beautiful rotation, using the momentum of Zander Bryant against him, and now a swinging neck breaker, and that's going to debilitate, and that's going to halt the momentum of the young Zander Bryant. Terry Isit not exactly making favours here with the Ditton audience. Not that he cares, frankly. He made it very clear to us backstage that due to his extraordinary wealth in professional wrestling and beyond, he doesn't really care for the benefit grabbers and the doldrums, the dwellers of Ditton. Extremely inflammatory comments, of course, not shared here at Rumble Wrestling TV, but Terry Isit is his own man, if nothing else. Now just vicious, looking to dissect Zander Bryant, knotting him up in the ropes, choking him against the lower ropes. That's what we forget about Terry Isit. It's all pomp and circumstance, it's all class, it's all about money, but it's also about a mean streak. Nasty as they come is Terry Isit, and now Zander Bryant, he'll know this. Coming off the ropes, and he's caught with a shoulder block, just flattened to the canvas by Terry Isit. And oh my god, that's nasty is what that is. Just a kick. A rough, violent kick to the midsection. He gets a 2 count. And once again, looking to apply more pressure. You might be asking, why is Terry Isit going for another cover when Zander Bryant is kicked out? Quite simple, it's about wearing your opponent down. It takes energy, it takes air to kick out. Terry Isit knows that, and he knows that he cannot afford to let Zander Bryant, with the role he's been on, to gain too much momentum. Zander Bryant block it off Terry Isit. He's looking to strike him into the turnbuckle, and now looking to build some momentum. Not much pep on those strikes, but enough. And oh my god, he went for the forearm, and he just got caught coming in. A nasty collision, and Terry Isit, for all his class, for all his high society pomposity, this young man has an astonishing mean streak and the athleticism in the boot. He sweeps the leg out, going underneath to the outside. And now Zander Bryant in a precarious position, and oh man, Terry Isit just stuffing the sole of his boot right across the temple of Zander Bryant. Any number of horrific things could have happened there. Now just clubbing away. Looking to debilitate the neck, the head, the shoulders, the upper body of Zander Bryant. Has to be said, Terry Isit, considering how well he carries himself, he's pretty rabid here. And a beautiful
Come on, Zander!
combination submission lock here. Looking to apply some torque, not just the standard arm drag affair going on here. And of course, that's something that Zander is aware, and that's why, because as good as it was, he left that right arm exposed just a little bit too much. And now looking to reverse that, and Zander Bryant goes over. Beautiful! Rolls him up. Very strong pinfall attempt there from Zander Bryant. Terry Isit just gets out again. He goes back to what brought him to the dance, especially in this contest. Those violently educated feet. Surprisingly effective. And a straight knife-edge chop knocks Zander Bryant off of his feet. Every time we see Terry Isit, he improves, he grows. But most importantly for him, his mean streak gets even nastier. His disdain for the wrestlers in the locker room, his disdain for the audience gets even more aggressive. Again, looking at him, he's feeling himself a little bit juking and jiving in the middle of that ring. And now, looking to go to work again as Zander Bryant counters. And oh, look at the athleticism there with the head scissors. And then using that momentum to drive Zander Bryant's head into the turnbuckle. Again, the turnbuckle itself may look soft, but ultimately, when you compress your head and neck like that, that can do any number of things. That can really do some serious long-term damage. And now Terry Isit has climbed to the top rope. Coming off the top rope, but of course, Zander Bryant, beautiful roll through underneath, and comes in with that flying forearm. Zander Bryant knows he cannot allow Terry Isit to stay calm. European uppercut as well, and he looks to be building momentum. Look at the anger, look at the rage. This young man maturing beautifully. Another basement drop kick coming off the ropes. And again, beautiful drop kick right to the side of the temple. Every time we see Zander Bryant, more of a mean streak, more professionalism, more experience. This kid has all the tools. Just a 2 count right there. Terry Isit, once again, able to get his shoulder off the canvas. You have to give this pompous young man his due. He absolutely has the resilience to match the money. Zander Bryant, still in such an incredibly diminutive stage of his career, has to build momentum here. Look at that sharp knee lift, and of course, look at her come in once again. And wow, Terry Isit just plucks him out of mid-air into a beautiful sidewalk slam. Look at the power of this young man. There isn't much of a difference in terms of height and weight between these two individuals, but the power displayed by Terry Isit there was absolutely astonishing. He's going to let Ditton Community Centre know, and they're going to let him know back what they think of the rich, pompous. Well, you can figure out the rest for yourself. Terry Isit would do well to pay attention to the plucky underdog, at least for now, in Zander Bryant, because we have seen Zander Bryant knock off the very best that British wrestling has on offer. Terry Isit looking to go back to that sidewalk slam, perhaps. No, not at all. He looks like he's placing him like fine china in the corner. And now it looks like God knows what he could be up to here. Using those educated feet once again. And oh wow, I think he was going to drive both knees in Meteora style. But Zander Bryant was wary to that. Quick forearm catches him coming in. Now Zander Bryant, precarious on that second rope. Getting up to the top. And a beautiful front flip lands on his feet. Outrageous athleticism from Zander Bryant. Zander Bryant knows now is the time. And again, those knee lifts getting more and more vicious, and that beautiful springboard back elbow that brought him to the dance. We've seen him utilize that so effectively in recent contests, and now looking to build, looking to utilize that right in. Terry Isit using referee Matt Wilson, frankly, as a shield. Wait a minute, what the hell? Referee Matt Wilson with his back turned. Terry Isit used that cane and struck Zander Bryant right in the face with it. Outrageous behaviour and a TKO to boot. Referee Matt Wilson, he knows something went on, but he didn't see it. Ultimately, he has to count, and Terry Isit with a huge win. Is it indeed? He's knocked off Zander Bryant. There's your smoking gun right there. That cane that he brought to the ring with him. The big spender pays dividends here at Ditton Community Centre. Yeah, he knows. He knows what he's done. And RMC Stephen Barker, he's got a remonstrate.
A sign that you used that when the referee's back was turned.
I can't hear you. There is no way on God's green earth that I cheated to win that match.
Well, that's one story. I'm sure he's sticking to it.
Your cost of living payments and your benefit money could never, ever hire someone to prove it. I won fair and square.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, whether we like it or love it, the referee's decision is final. Terry Isit picks up a massive win against Zander Bryant.
The minute you are getting the joint.